Welcome back, viewers. The 40% cut row is back in Karnataka. The Karnataka Contractors Association President Kempanna has once again come out and levied some serious allegations against the state government today. He claims the officials of various departments in Karnataka are now demanding money, and this could be in the name of the government. Now, the Contractors Association President accused some of the officials of seeking bribes from contractors to allot work and claimed favoritism was in play when it came to contractors who came from other states. A delegation of contractors are expected to meet Deputy Chief Minister Deepak and complain to him about the current situation. The contractors' allegations of corruption against the then BJP-led government, of course, had become a major issue during the 2023 assembly elections, which probably even played a big role in the BJP's downfall. The Congress, of course, has time and again used the 40% Sarkara charge against the BJP. But today, the same association is coming out to say that bureaucrats in this government are demanding money. They are selling contracts in package deals. They are saying that it's a harassment. When asked about who this money is going to be paid to, the Contractors Association president says that the contractors are being threatened, that you don't need to know, all that you need to do is pay up. Let's listen to this reaction.
This is not new. You've made this allegation in the past during the BJP government's tenure as well, and yet again now a very startling charge coming from you on the charges that are being collected, on the bribes that are being collected. Give us details as to why and what exactly happened.
Now, previously the MLAs and all, they are collecting the money. Now they are not MLAs, they are not involved, any minister is involved. Now in the name of a package system, the officials is controlling and they collecting the money, and particularly local contractors is not getting any works and all. All the department, wherever the package is there, that's there. The package is there, the officials is controlling everything. And no officers and all this. Last time Chief Minister himself is instructed the officials, 50% work was given to local contractor and remaining you can make for big works and all were a package. But the package system has brought the corruption.
You had met with the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, just a couple of weeks back as well. What were the discussions that were held? And this charge now comes after that?
And we are going to meet him also. Actually, today he is not in the station, and we are going to meet him. And he has told you, whatever the problem is there, you please come and discuss with us. And we are going to meet him. Even the Chief Minister also has to, we wanted to meet him, Chief Minister, tomorrow because he is going to Davangere tomorrow. We will ask the Chief Minister a date and we will. This government, no minister or MLA has asked money for us. And we are, some officials has playing misuse by way of package and all. And they wanted to collect the money through package and all.
Well, to discuss more about this, Shathabish Shivanna of the Congress Party is joining us. Anupama Jha, former Executive Director from the Transparency International India, is also with us. We are also going to be joined in with a BJP spokesperson very shortly, is what we've been told. And in fact, Sankeert from the BJP is already joined us at this point in time. But I'll take this first question across to Shathabish. Shathabish, this is quite interesting because we all saw how the Congress, of course, used the 40% commission charge and the entire campaign wound around it. The BJP probably had a lot to answer at that point in time. But now fingers are being pointed at your government, and he's of course saying that probably MLAs and ministers are not the ones who are coming out and demanding for the bribes, but it is the officials who are doing it. And when you ask the officials who's this money going to, they're threatening them further, is the charge that's coming to the fore.
Deepak, today we have a government that is virtuous, righteous and principled, with a stringent policy of zero tolerance towards corruption. Now, I have watched Mr. Kempanna's interview very closely, and 3 points rise for consideration. One, let me refresh your memory that similar allegations were made by contractors against the government not a long while ago. And what happened? A massive U-turn, withdrawal of statements. Number two, there is a specific admission to the effect that neither an MLA nor an MP is involved, but it is the government officials. Therefore, the remedy that Mr. Kempanna ought to have exhausted first before coming to the media is to have approached the concerned authorities under the Prevention of Corruption Act or the Karnataka Lokayukta Act. The officials could have, enabled him to lay a trap, and we could have weeded out these corrupt officials at the very first instance. Number three, he has allegedly placed a lot of evidence before the Justice Nagmohan Das committee that is presently investigating the allegations of corruptions of the previous dispensation. Therefore, in my respectful opinion, the Justice Nagmohan Das committee neither has jurisdiction nor is a competent authority to look into fresh allegations. Nonetheless, the timing of this interview and the manner in which it's made without disclosing any information and coming straight up to the media, I think is driven by ulterior motive, and it is an attempt to deface this government, especially at the behest of some unseen hands in the wake of the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Nonetheless, the first available recourse or remedy to Mr. Kempanna back then, when Mr. Siddaramaiah was the leader of opposition, was Mr. Siddaramaiah, because of his impeccable track record and his untarnished reputation. Even today, he has submitted that he will go meet the Chief Minister and put forth his contentions. They will be looked into. If these allegations have any merit in them, strict, immediate, affirmative actions will be taken, and these officials will be suspended immediately. That is the stand of the Karnataka Congress government.
Okay. Shathabish, I'm going to pick out some words from a couple of minutes that you used here to explain the situation. You said that the Lokayukta could have been approached. You said the representatives could have been named. You said that he's come in front of the media without any solid evidence, and there could be an ulterior motive. Now, the question here is, when you're saying this about the same person who made these similar allegations against the BJP, and at that point in time, why didn't all of these questions arise? When he was a person who could be, taken up on face value, on just his words, on the letter that they had, of course, penned down. Now, why can't we consider the same aspects?
Number one, we are going to give him an appointment. His allegations will be considered. Earlier, he had written a letter to the Honorable Prime Minister. Our demand was, what action has the Honorable Prime Minister taken? Or what has the Honorable Home Minister taken? Absolutely nothing. What has the Congress government done? We have appointed a retired justice of the Honorable High Court to look into the allegations.
That is against the previous regime, Shathabish. The allegation right now is currently it's happening. What the investigation that you have ordered is against what happened during the BJP regime.
Exactly.
But this is Kempanna coming and saying now there are officials, bureaucrats who are demanding money, who are demanding bribes.
No,
how is that going to be fixed?
See, this is specifically what I mentioned. This is a very technical point of law. Now, the allegations made by Kempanna against the BJP were directly against the MLAs and the MPs. Okay, but here now it's against the officials, government officials, and if there's any allegation of corruption, the appropriate authority would be the Karnataka Lokayukta, and the Prevention of Corruption Act provides for a manner in which action must be taken against them. A trap could have been laid out, and all these corrupt officials could have been immediately been suspended, and criminal proceedings could have been initiated. Without exhausting this remedy, coming out to the media somewhere, I feel, is a gimmick of sorts. If it was directly against,
okay, it's a gimmick,
is
what Shathabish says. I'll bring in the BJP because the option of calling the Lokayukta setting a trap even for an MLA was there with the Contractors Association, which they probably didn't use. 6 months ago when they made these allegations. Sankirth, I want you to come in over these allegations and the response that came in from the Congress.
Firstly, the government in Karnataka is very thick-skinned. They don't want to take all these allegations. They have double standards. When the same Kempanna, who was the president for the Contractors Association in Karnataka, when he made an allegation, when the Congress could not prove even a single piece of paper with evidence on the 40% allegation against the BJP government, this is the same Kempanna who is making an allegation. During that time, he was right. And during this allegation, this is not a proper one. You want him to go to a competent authority. Why this double standards from the Congress party? Secondly, the contractors in Karnataka, they were asking mercy petitions to kill us because Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, and the Bangalore District in charge Minister, he made a technical committee of 18 to 20 things which should be approved to release payments. So when you are making packages, when you're making new tenders, when you appointed your technical advisors, Mr. K.T. Nagaraj, did you follow all these due procedures, 18 aspects to release a tender? No, this is the double standards of the Congress party. This is the double standards. When there is an allegation against you, you try to rebut and you try to escape. And when there is an allegation against this one, you try to prove and you want him to go to a competent authority. This is definitely a double standard politics that is being practiced by the people from the Congress party. Secondly, the contractors have been protesting to release the payments which are due from seniority from a very long time. It is not only 2-3 years which has been delayed. They are requesting to release the payments. Only few payments which were you given money. You see, there was an instance where 100 crore rupees of cash was recovered and seized from a contractor who was close to a Congress minister, and another 40 crores was also recovered in cash. So these all instances connect the dots. So the corruption is evident. The corruption is this. Now, when you claim that Mr. Siddaramaiah and the Congress government is very not tolerant towards corruption, you have to register a suo motu case immediately, and you should take the allegation to a logical end.
Okay. Anupam Jha, I want you to come in here. When you have a situation like this arise, what do the people of the state really look forward to? Because, you have under one regime, the contractors come and say 40% is being demanded directly by the ministers, by the MLAs. 6 months later, that government, falls. You have another government that comes in. Now the same association comes and says, well, now it may not be the MLAs, but we have officers who are coming and demanding bribe. And for the political parties, this Contractors Association has become almost like a volleyball. When they want to use them for their own political gain, they are saying everything right. When it's against them, for both the BJP and the Congress, the Contractors Association is either, siding with one political party or saying completely something which is wrong. Mr.
Yes,
Jha.
thank you, Deepak. I was listening very carefully to both the
Anupam,
BJP
I'm sorry. Ms. Jha, go ahead.
I was listening to both of them. And fact of the matter remains that until and unless there is a political will, this kind of corruption will continue. Political parties can level allegations, counter allegations can go on, but it's people who suffer, people of the state who suffer. And this has been happening since a long time. I remember way back in, early 2000, we had conducted, Transparency International India had conducted a survey to see, to figure out which is the most corrupt state in India. Bihar was considered to be the most corrupt. However, corruption was very high in Karnataka too. At that time, there was no BJP government, I think. I don't remember which government was there exactly. But whether it is Congress government or BJP government, corruption in many services in Karnataka is very high. And we have to accept it. So political parties can level allegation against each other, but there is no political will to root out corruption in that state and in the country as well. Because India ranks, 93rd, India ranks on 93rd position on Corruption Perception Index of Transparency International, and which is not a good sign. And our integrity score is only 39 out of 100. So, what are they talking about? Corruption is very high. Let us all accept it.
Yeah, Sandeep Anirudhan is also joining us today. He's the founder of Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru. Sandeep, this is a very precarious scenario because we've spoken about the issue of contractors in the past as well. You've been a part of some of these debates. But when we look at, such repeated allegations. And we know for a fact that when contractors come out and make these sort of allegations, at least for the common man, it will look like there is rampant corruption that's going on. But you have politicians and political parties time and again say that the contractors too need to sometimes understand, probably that there is going to be delay in payments. Do you think that this is more pressure building tactics, or do you feel that this is desperation making them come out and speak up about these sort of problems that they face within the system?
Deepak, thanks for having me on the show. This 1 year we've seen this football of claims of corruption against each other from these political parties. But I think the common man's perception is that there is no better party. I mean, all these parties have a stain of corruption on them. Right now, the rumors doing the round are that officials are not getting postings if they don't pay bribes. There's this rampant cash for posting scam going on. So and this has been, it's not a fresh allegation, it's been going on for decades. So if our bureaucrats and officials have to pay big bribes to get postings, what do you expect them to do when they come to the job? Are they going to be focusing on their work or in collecting money to make up for the bribes they've paid? So if that's the kind of system that exists, in fact, anonymously, a lot of officials tell us that if you don't pay bribes, we don't get postings. We'll be kept on the bench forever. And they just have to go sign registers and things like that. So this being the scenario, what I'd like to really understand is what the solution to this. And in my mind, it's very simple. The more transparent a system, the less the likelihood for corruption. As long as the system is opaque, corruption will thrive. And the only option is, I think, we need to have like you have CAG audits, you need to have an audit of Section 4 RTI provisions. The Section 4 of the RTI Act specifically says that every authority should put out all public information suo moto on websites electronically. If that is enforced, if you do an audit of every authority and see periodically every month that they are putting out up to date all public information online, and increase that kind of transparency where citizens can get any information they want on any project, on any work order, on any tender or everything, or any project, then corruption will automatically reduce because everything will be in the open. So if we don't...
Okay, transparency is key, says Sandeep. I want to come back to Shathabish here because before we close this show, we need some answers from the government. And Shathabish, of course, being a representative, could give us more clarity. Shathabish, you earlier mentioned that these claims could be flawed altogether. But if they are not, if we look at it from a point that they are trying to speak about the problem within the system, coming out in the open and expressing their concerns, how is the government really going to fix this issue of corruption? Because you came here saying or telling the people that we are going to give you corruption-free governance. Even if it's the officials doing it, it's the people, it's the contractors who, of course, have to cough up these bribes. And at the end of the day, when bribes are paid, the quality of work is going to be compromised. That's question number one. There's also another issue that Mr. Kempanna has raised, that there are package deals that are going on, where there are certain contractors who are favorites of a few officers or of the government, who are getting bulk deals. And many of the state contractors are being, left out of these package deals, and then through the entire package deal, a huge amount of money is paid as commission as well. This is something that was mentioned too. How are these two issues going to be fixed?
I will answer both your questions, but before that, it is hilarious, that a party that was dismissed by the people and earned the title of Bhrashta Janata Party is screaming at the top of its lungs on a false pretense. Listening to lectures from the BJP on anti-corruption is like listening to lectures by Hitler on democracy. Number one. Number two, there is a video that's coming up on your show dated August 2023. In those allegations where the contractors made allegations, those allegations were reversed. There was a massive U-turn and, they withdrew all their statements. My only submission is I hope that Mr. Kempanna does not withdraw his statements tomorrow. That is, I'm not defying his allegations. I'm not saying that there is no merit to it. There might be merit to it, and this government is going to take strict affirmative and stringent actions against everybody, be it a party, a person, a member of our own party, or be it any government official, irrespective of his seniority. Now, Madam was talking about political will. Why does Kempanna, even today on your show, he stated that I have scheduled a meeting with Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, I have scheduled a meeting with Mr. Siddaramaiah. Why does he want to approach them if he is making an allegation against them? Or why does he want to approach them if he doesn't see a ray of hope that these people are the people who will set the system right? And this Congress government, madam, will definitely show the people of this state and everybody across the country and set a model of what political will is of rooting out corruption altogether. Now, the system is flawed. Deepak, to answer your question, the system is flawed. And the BJP handed over the reins of a corrupt system. And we are trying to do everything in our capacity to set things right. And you will see the results in the upcoming days.
Okay. Very quickly, Sanket, I just have about a minute. If you could, come back.
See, you're in the 9th month of governance. The people have voted you to power. Not even a single rupee has been given as a development grant to any of the MLA, particularly in Bangalore. Not even a single pothole has been filled. If you see the D.K. Shivkumar, the way he threatened the contractor, Mr. Hemant, he was forced to withdraw his statements, or else 95 crore rupees of his hard money would have gone for a toss. Secondly, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar goes and gives a big statement that brand Bengaluru either is only in advertisements or in his mouth. He buying a mall in 30 minutes by Mr. D.K. Shivkumar is brand Bengaluru. Filling the roads and making high quality roads is not brand Bengaluru. Collecting rupees 100 per square feet for plan approval, collecting rupees 75 per square feet for giving OC is corruption. This is brand Bengaluru. Where are we going? So these kind of scams and these kind of an allegation have been placed in since the Congress government came to power. They have become very thick-skinned. They have become very thick-skinned, and they don't have a responsibility. They don't have a responsibility to answer to any of these allegations, and they don't want to, because he is the square feet minister. The DCM, who is also the Bengaluru in charge minister, is also nicknamed as the square feet minister. Brand Bengaluru is definitely gone for a toss as well. There is no development scheme. There is no project which is being addressed to the people of Bengaluru. We are the largest taxpayer.
Okay, as of now, it is a blame game by the Congress and the BJP, and it seems like the people who are in the middle of it are the contractors. And the contractors at this point in time, whether they are coming out and making these, genuine cries for help, well, both the political parties, when they're at the receiving end, say no. Now it's for the Contractors Association, of course, to realize and probably do what is necessary in terms of combating corruption if there is within the system through the measures that there are. Lokayukta, of course, is one of them. The Congress spokesperson himself had said that this is an option before them, and why aren't they doing it? So probably the contractors should look at these as options as well. We'll really have to see whether overall, as the Congress has promised, whether they'll be able to eradicate corruption from the system overall. I'm thanking all our panelists who've joined us and been very patient on this broadcast. I'm slipping into a quick break on that note. On the other side, the urban debate with Shreya Dondiyal coming up. Stay with me now.